Yeah, this is quieter than it was before. Currently in the dining hall at the human hostel in Rothenburg of the Tauber. I've got a movie to make of today about a bunch of clips I took, but I'm going to do that later because, I've been going since 5 o'clock yesterday morning, so that's what, 36 something hours now, and I'm kind of screwed up. But I just wanted to document this thing. This is a snowball, but it's not a snowball, it's like biscuit, pasta, all scrunched up in a ball, then covered in sugar. And they're everywhere, and I'm going to eat it. I don't know how, but how to put that getting it there. I feel like I just put my face in it, yeah. Yep, it's a biscuit ball. Alright, this seems a good place as any to begin. This is only for children and mums. This is Rothenburg ob der Tauber. Rothenburg on the Tauber being a river, and this is the most ridiculous town I have ever been in. It is a fairy tale. It is. And people live in here and people work in here and maintain anything. It's always at that place where the batteries cut out. But anyway, here's the main marketplace. Yeah, the Christmas markets are starting up. Das Rathaus ist Wort. Das Weiß ist Tower. There must be St. George Fountain. Maybe das ist the Rathaus. Anyway, you can kind of see what I mean. This place is just ridiculous. I'm going to wander around and gawk some more and louder. Dirty German. They came out. They're not really doing anything though, are they? No, they're just sort of drinking. Oh, what's the time? There's 2 clocks there. Huh. I think he was alright. Of course, right after that is when they started moving and drinking. I'm not in Rothenburg anymore. I am now in Nuremberg. Next. I don't know what those are yet. Alright, climbing the White Tower, which, well, was white at some point, now it's kind of grubby. Also, covered in graffiti of like, we were here. Kind of narrow. And what's alarming is like the wood in the stairs, you can see how thin it's worn. Up. Okay, you ready? Top of the White Tower. Oh my god. Is the marketplace down there? wind, but the distant big building thing I zoomed in on was actually the hostel where I was staying. It was built in the old nag mill, which could run a mill on 16 horses, and it was for there whenever the city was under siege, which I guess was a lot if they needed to build a mill that big.
Hello knees, here we go. This is some Jakobs, Rothenburg of the Tauber. Wood carving. Pretty freaking impressive, isn't it? I always feel a bit strange walking into churches because I'm probably the least religious person in the world. I'm not even atheist, that's how not religious I am. All the atheists out there are gonna kill me now. I find the geometry of this place fascinating, and to be honest, I can kind of see where the designs for Rivendell came from. Going to the hell, I don't really believe for that as well. Alright, here we are in the Criminal Justice Museum. This is about criminal justice, so it's mostly torture implements. This is a stretching ladder for stretching limbs. A rack for twisting the limbs apart, but essentially twisting them off. Over here, you got your good old thumb screws, which I'm told they're on the court clerk's table. You got your hoist here for people who can have their limbs rend off, usually because they're being hoisted up by arms, and then they've got the weights attached to their feet. Yep. Yeah, another rack here, this time with what they call spiked rabbits, just to make the experience a little less comfortable. And here is a spike chair. The description says it was for torment or simply to intimidate with. Yeah, it's working. Because this is about justice and law, there's also quite a lot of administrative here, such as paper decrees, an a scary amount of seals. Many seals. No. Them Germans, they like seals. Check out that. That's not a torture instrument. That's a seal press. Making them. Alright. Law and order.
I've got to say, I really liked the Kriminalmuseum. I think that was probably the best thing in Rothenburg, and there's a lot of good stuff in Rothenburg. There was most of the exhibits were neck violins and chain masks. Clearly they keep very well over the centuries. There was an Iron Maiden on display there, the Nuremberg Iron Maiden. And they said that they'd removed the spikes as they believed that the spikes were introduced in the 19th century and that originally in the 15th century it was just used to put people in, but not to actually kill, and that no one had ever died in it. You can believe that if you want to or not. I kind of prefer the idea of it being quite a terrifying idea. Yeah, I'm tired. Word repetition. Go me. Next is, I think, a clip of just me standing around killing time, but you can never sort of see the Weihnachtsmarket. And then I get, well, you'll see.
It's St. Jakobs, which I was at earlier. Alright, we'll try that again. The battery died. I was driving with my wild boar sausage, but while I was changing batteries, I finished it. That's what I have for dinner. This is kind of cool. You can't read German, but the bottom one, heiße Zitrone and rum, is like a hot toddy. You've got tea and Jägermeister. has chocolate in it, and it's hot chocolate and amaretto. So there's got a whole lot of alcoholic hot drinks, which is awesome. And you pay, you get your mug. And you can just walk around and refill your mug as you go, buying new drinks. And if you want to keep the mug, you can. And if you don't, you give it back and you get back your deposit of €1.50. This is not Christmas that has anything to do with back home. Look, the mothership's getting ready to take off.
Can you hear that? There's drunk Germans outside and they keep saying something and the only way I can make out is something about penis. Anyway. The wild boar sausage was pretty good. Yeah, I'm pretty tired. A lot of travelling and the last hostel, they kept putting people in the room despite there being empty rooms everywhere. And I just heard them say that this hostel's booked out, so I'm expecting another 6 people in my room. That was the drunk Germans banging on the door. Awesome. Bye.